Hello and welcome to Wireman's Whimsy. I'm going to do one last card with the Paper Pumpkin March 2021 Here's to You kit. It's an outside the box card, and I've used the So Sentimental stamp set for the greeting, Your Friendship is a Blessing, and the background folder is the Ornate Floral 3D Embossing folder. So I've pre-done some of the work already because I want to show you how I made the hearts. I am also using the heart punch set. It's got the straight edged heart and then the scalloped edged heart. The sample I did in the Petal Pink, but to demo I'm going to use the Calypso Coral because it's just going to give it a slightly different look. This is a nice, I wanted a nice soft card, and I also quilt. So this really kind of reminds me of quilting. So we're using some Stitch So Sweetly dies, we're using the heart punches, we're using the Ornate Floral embossing folder, and a greeting from So Sentimental. What I've got in front of me here are bits and pieces that are left over from the kit. These pieces here are the pieces between the punch outs in the kit, and I just cut them up. These are pieces that I've cut up from when I used the envelope liners as designer series paper on the card, and I had to trim them down. So that's what those are. And then this is another piece of, this is one of the card bases. You'll remember one of the videos I actually cut the image out of the front. So these are all kind of extra pieces, and these came off the little tree punch outs. I cut them out. So what we're going to do is we are going to make up these little hearts here. So what I'm going to do is I am going to just put my Stampin' Seal down on the card. I'm just going to make a layer of Stampin' Seal on here, as big as it needs to be for the heart. And then I'm going to take my pieces and I'm just going to lay them across at an angle, and just keep layering them on so that I know that I've got the heart shape to use. And then I'm just going to, I'm going to build 2 of these hearts, and then we can construct the card. And I've already done a lot of the work for the card because I wanted to really focus on this. And that might be enough. Let's just have a look. I'm just going to put it in the punch and make sure all my ends go in. And that is enough to, you can see it's in the, it all fits in. And I'm using the background, so even if it's a little bit shy on the edge, it won't be when you glue it down because it'll have the background on it. So I'm just going to use the Stampin' Seal to put this on. And I like the Calypso Coral because it's a slightly darker color. It really pulls all of the bits and pieces out of the heart. So we're going to do that again. We're just going to layer on some more Stampin' Seal. And we're going to do exactly the same thing again. And I did them on an angle. You don't have to do them on an angle. I'm just going to tear this one in half because I'm going to have this up in the top corner. And then I'll put another piece in like this. And you just nudging them up against each other really so that there's no gaps in between. Keeping in mind where the punch is going to be punching out. And then we can just layer on whichever colors you like, wherever you like them. because it's going to end up just being a mix once you punch it out. So we'll do that, and then maybe I'll put another piece of this in at the bottom here, just like that. And then we will use the punch to, I'm just going to fold the ends over there so I can get the punch on. And then we're just going to give that a push like that, punch it out, and use the adhesive to attach this to the scalloped heart mat for it. And there's your 2 hearts made. I'm going to need a scrap of Whisper White, or the new color, of course, is the basic white. I'm going to need a piece, and that will fit right on there, but it's going to be a little tight. If I stamp, there we go, there's a good piece. If I stamp badly, then or crooked or anything, then I will need more of the paper. So I'm using Old Olive ink, an ink that's stamped up really well, and I've used it and I haven't cleaned it, so I know that it's inked well. So I'm just going to put that down, close the ink pad. I'm going to run it through with the smaller of the 2 Stitch So Sweetly dies, and then I'm going to sandwich this up and run it through the Stampin' Cut and Emboss. And we can just pull that out. And I've already cut out the Calypso Coral mat for this. And we're going to use dimensionals to attach everything to the card. So I'm going to just layer this up, and then I'll use the dimensionals. I'm placing the greeting down first so that I can then judge where I need to put the hearts, because the hearts are going to overlap it just a little bit. So, and if you wanted to do something similar and you've got star dies, if you wanted to do a birthday card and use a star die, you could do exactly the same thing. Just piece all your bits and pieces together, and then just attach it, cut them out. So this is the Ornate Floral 3D embossing folder. In one of my previous videos, I talked about how I use a tone on tone rather than embossing the front of the card, just because I think it makes it stronger. So we just lay that down. Then we can take our greeting, pop that right down in the middle, and then we can put dimensionals on the hearts. Now I know that the heart is going to overlap. I didn't have all the backings off. That's why my card is moving. So we're just going to lay that down again. There we go. So we know this is going to go here. So I only need dimensionals in the top corners of my, or top bumps on my heart. So I'm going to put those on like that. And then I'm just going to place it down like that. And then this bottom heart, I'm going to fit right there. So I'm going to put a dimensional here and here. I'm going to put my thumb here because I don't need a dimensional there. Sometimes when you turn things over, you get lost in how things are oriented when you turn them back. So I'm just going to place this down like that. And there is your card. And there are 2 versions, the Petal Pink and the Calypso Coral. So thank you very much for watching this out of the box or outside the box video based on the Paper Pumpkin March 2021 kit. So thank you again for watching. And if there is anything you'd like to purchase, please use the links below. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.